Welcome to another episode of EMS and Bowling. My name is Mike, your host.
You better make sure that shit is recording this time. I'm Abby, Mike's co-host.
And today we're here with Traci. Traci, how are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Oh, I guess not doing too well. We were just talking for about, I'd say 10 minutes and realized that I didn't hit record on this podcast.
We've gone longer. That's the thing. It's just more embarrassing when there's a guest here.
Yeah, I apologize.
Also, the first paramedic guest.
Right, it is the first paramedic.
I am.
You're the first paramedic on here.
Yeah, that is awesome.
And we immediately embarrassed ourselves.
Right, totally messed up. I'm just like sitting here listening to Traci
No
talk,
pressure.
and I like look down and I'm like, the red light's not on. We're not recording. It is now though. We are recording now for sure.
Gonna have an aneurysm.
I am definitely having something today. All right, so this is episode, I think, number 6. It's pretty awesome.
6?
Yes, episode 6. So
Time flies when you're struggling hard.
right. So I just want to say thank you to everybody that has been listening. Let's start out today with a hot take. Traci, what do you got?
I think a hot take for me is that glazed donuts are better than Boston cream.
Oh, no.
I think it depends on the glazed donut, right?
It's gotta be
gotta-
fresh. It's
Like
gotta
a
be
Krispy Kreme.
Very good.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
it. Mhm.
Okay.
I get that.
I do get that, but I do love me a Boston cream. I get Boston cream donuts. I get the Boston cream cakes, everything.
Cakes?
Oh, yeah.
Who the fuck is making Boston
Dude,
cream
my
cakes?
wife makes amazing ones. You can get them all over the place.
Have you heard about this?
I have not heard about it.
Yeah. Why is he acting like this is like a ubiquitous thing? I've
No,
never
it
heard
is
about
all
this.
the time. It's so easy to make too. You just pretty much take a cake, cut it in half, put some Boston cream in the middle of it, and put some chocolate frosting on top.
I don't know.
There's
how-
so many jokes I want to make off that. I'm
I don't
controlling
know. A
myself.
hot, fresh, off the line glazed donut is heaven.
When the light's on at Krispy Kreme.
Yes.
Yeah, I do. That is awesome.
I think my husband's speed race is there for it.
I could see that.
I wish we had one around here, a Krispy Kreme. I think I've only ever been to one like twice.
So there used to be one where we used to take a lot of patients, and we would show up. I don't know if you remember this, if you guys did it, but when I worked at the other agency, we would show up there at Krispy Kreme in the ambulance, and they would give us free dozen of donuts. And then I know one of our employees got caught going there on their days off in uniform, and they stopped doing
That
that.
doesn't surprise me one bit.
What? Let him play the system a little bit. God forbid somebody keeps reaping the benefits of this fuck-ass job. Like,
Right.
let them have their donuts.
That's also how we lost so many other gifts from around the community.
That doesn't shock me at all.
Yeah, like he went up there with like his whole family and got like 12 dozen.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's messed up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a point where like you're just taking advantage of it. You can do that a little bit, but just not so much that it becomes an issue.
Right. So my hot take for today is I think Fords are better than Chevys
With the ambulances, absolutely.
in general. I think
Great.
I don't really have a lot of experience in that
No.
department.
there's going to be a lot of people who hate this.
No, I agree. Saved my life, actually. Our Ford saved our lives.
My first car was a Ford Fusion, and then I crashed it.
And you're still alive, right?
Yeah.
Right. If
There
it
you
was
go. See?
if it was a Chevy Cobalt, we'd be talking about R.I.P. Abby.
Yeah, that's very true.
Oh man. So Abby, what's your hot take?
Oh, I repeated this I'm going to repeat this from the last attempt we just made. But if I'm playing a solo on stage and I fuck that solo up, first of all, I don't want to hear about it from my band. And they can always shut the fuck up in a second. That's just jazz. That's artistic vision. They just don't understand. That's part of the performance piece.
I agree. And actually playing the harmonica, I don't know if you knew that or not, but I play
You
the
do?
harmonica. Yeah. Playing the harmonica is awesome with that because if you mess up, nobody knows.
Well, here's the thing
just
with
keep going.
here's the thing with guitar. None of the audience members are going to notice. Your band are going to notice, and then they're
Right.
going to give you hell after. You do one bend a little flat, and then suddenly you're fucking evil. Like, God fucking forbid.
You play the harmonica
I do.
this whole
Yes.
time? Like years? Or just new?
I've played it I started playing years ago and I put it down for a while and I just picked it up because of this podcast because we've been talking about it and apparently I'm going to be in a new band soon.
Yeah.
So,
when I pick up one of my longtime patients who does enjoy the harmonica as well, I feel like this is a great jam that we're going to have all the way. You and me and my frequent patient.
the problem is I got to bring him with me and I don't for that reason.
I just want you to play it up front while we're were you transporting?
I think you should be carrying the harmonica around with you, like
Listen,
in your
I
utility
did.
belt.
I did for a while actually when I first started playing it, and my other agency, we would set not system status, but if all crews were out and you were the only crew available, we would sit central to the county, right? So we'd have to leave our station and go sit in a parking lot, and I would practice my harmonica while we were sitting in the parking lot, and my partners hated it.
Imagine you like get on the radio.
What about a little jingle when you're dispatching? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a trip jingle. You know, we could have a whole
Like get on the intercom system and be like,
exactly.
"Have you gone on a trip?"
We switch out the tones for Mike's harmonica.
Right.
That's right.
That's so good.
That'd be awesome. All right, so like I said, we got Traci here with us today. She's going to tell us a little bit about herself and her history with EMS and some other things that she does. Let's start out by where are you from?
I am originally from Tully, New York, about 30 minutes south of Syracuse.
Okay. I've done there before. I actually fell asleep in the parking lot of a gas station there once.
Oh, the nice and easy. Also known as
Did
nice
anyone
and sleazy.
did anyone call 911?
No, but
Male slumped over in car. Delta not alert.
We don't do that up there.
No,
Just let it roll.
but there is a funny story behind it. So I don't know if you want me to get involved in that or not, but there is a funny story behind it.
I need you to actually check that we're recording because I'm paranoid now.
No, we are.
I
We are
don't
definitely.
trust you.
There's numbers moving and the red light's on. We're recording.
Thank you.
Safety check.
So the story is we were doing back when we did wheelchairs, I was doing a transfer at like 4:00 in the morning. It was a female patient who was pregnant in a wheelchair, and I had to take her to Kraus because she was having her planned delivery that day. And I was here for Sunday 24, and she had to be up there Monday morning. And I ran all night long on Sunday, and I had to get up and do my wheelchair at 4:00 in the morning. So I drove to Kraus, dropped her off, her and her boyfriend, and I drive back to Tully. And I'm like, I'm going to take like a half-hour nap. I'm exhausted, right? So, I don't know, my phone rings a couple times, and I pick it up, and it's the dispatcher at Bangs. And they're like, hey, where's the wheelchair van? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, we need that here. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning. We have wheelchairs to do. That was definitely due out at like 7:30. So they were missing their wheelchair van, and they didn't care about me. They were just like, where's the wheelchair van? Like, who cares? Mike didn't make it
Bring
back,
the
but
van back.
One of you is a little more expensive to replace.
me, I know.
Well,
Clearly, that's exactly where the value was.
You're right. So enough about me. So tell us how you got into EMS.
I was born and raised in this, just from my infancy all the way up to the current. I've been involved in volunteer fire, now obviously being in the paid agency as a paramedic. My family has been basically involved in fire and EMS and healthcare.
Awesome. So you started out in the fire service and then came into EMS. I find that a lot of us do that, start out in the fire service and then come over to EMS. So how long were you basic for?
Oh my goodness. I was a basic from 2002 all the way to 2005. And then I worked my way up every level, which was back then, I'm dating myself, basic, intermediate, critical care. And then I got my paramedic in 2009. There was 9 of us that went all together twice a week and every other Saturday to paramedic class for 10 months.
That's crazy.
I can't imagine you being an EMT basic.
I was just,
That just doesn't
I
click in my head.
literally was just sitting here thinking the same thing. Like, I can't imagine her being a basic.
Yeah.
Be interesting.
That's also an interior firefighter for my fire department here. And then as I've worked my way up through the levels, I've obtained a significant amount of instructor statuses to where I teach.
I actually have a question sort of related to that as another woman who does this. So when I started, it was like very recent, right? So it was within the past few years, so it's a lot more normal. When you began, I imagine there were not very many women in emergency service. So what was that like for you?
Abby's right. When I first started doing this, there really wasn't a lot of women in the fire service alone. There's a handful of us, but in EMS, it still was a pretty male-dominated career. It was rough.
Yeah.
You really felt like you had to prove yourself. You kind of feel like you were under scrutiny a lot more pressure than what I feel now. But then maybe I'm just older and
Well, I think that you sort of like trailblazed for the rest of us. Like, I think all of the women who did it
I
towards the
hope
beginning
so,
of it, yeah.
because I wouldn't want anybody to go through those same feelings, which is, why I teach and help people be a little bit more vocal about moving up in this career.
Sure. Yeah. This is a weird niche question just because people ask me all the time. Did people try to push you into nursing?
No, I actually got pushed hard into going to medical school.
Mm.
And sometimes, I do wonder, particularly because I still work in the operating room. Like, man, did I miss my calling? Or, sometimes those thoughts do come back. But heavily, I was pushed into medical school.
Gotcha.
So you've talked about teaching.
Mhm.
Let's talk about your business.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get into that. 'Cause
Yeah.
you have a business called,
Elevate EMS training.
okay, and what do you guys do?
So Elevate was born here in the Finger Lakes as paramedics. All of my employees are either paramedics or EMTs. I saw a need, not just amongst our local professionals needing to like renew their certifications, but the community. The community, when we go out on a call, has an actual natural instinct that they want to help. And you can see the hesitation that they want to get in and they want to help. They want to give you information, but they don't know how. And so what I thought was, realistically, are we the first responders? If you look at the big picture of an emergency, we really are not. It's actually the person that finds the emergency, calls the emergency in. So Elevate was born with the mindset of, we're going to elevate people's education. We're going to take their mindsets to a whole new different level. And so we want to not only take our providers to different levels of certification that's not offered around this area, such as NAEMT classes. You have to drive out of state for that for most of the time. We brought that here. The other thing is, let's get the community involved. I mean, how often have we been on a iPhone crash or a motor vehicle crash where it says unknown, right? Because a person drives by, or in a building, unknown medical condition, caller couldn't provide information. Well, let's fix that, because if we can't educate the community about how to give information to our dispatchers or how to respond on an emergency, we're then sending resources to calls that we might not need. So let's reduce the wear and tear and on our resources. Let's get all the information accurately, and let's train the public and our providers to be better so that we can save a life.
What kinds of classes do you guys do, or trainings do you do specifically?
So we're a full American Heart Association center. We are a full ASHE training center for CPR, first aid, stop the bleed. We are an NAEMT training center, so we'll do pre-hospital trauma life support, emergency pediatric care. We also do tactical emergency combat care. So in the event that there is a mass shooter situation, we train the first responders. We can train the public on how to respond and care for casualties, geriatric emergency medicine. And then we do customized classes. So if there's a fire department that says, hey, we're struggling in this topic, can you help us? We'll put together a training plan for them, and we'll come out and we'll deliver that. And then we'll measure how well the feedback is and how well their providers are performing after that. We do classes for law enforcement. So our local law enforcement goes on calls, and sometimes they're there before us. We teach them how to help medically where it's, not outside their scope, and how to do little assessments so that then when we get there as providers, they have a good picture for us, and then we can continue to take it from there, hopefully speeding up care. We do the same thing for our firefighters. We have a class called Medical for the firefighters, and then same thing, Medical for the law enforcement. So there's really not much that we can't teach. We're continually growing and looking for new classes that we can bring to the area.
How far do you service?
We will go all up and down the eastern seaboard.
Okay, so you go out there.
Yep.
All right. And if anybody had any questions or wanted to get in contact with you that's listening, how would they do that?
So they can go right to our website, elevateemstraining.com, and there is a button that you can click Contact Us. There's a form that you can fill out, exactly where you are, what you're looking for, and provide an email and a phone number. Or you can call the number that is on our website, leave a message, and we'll get right back to you.
I did my CPR refresher with your company, and it was really good.
Thank
Yeah, 10 out of 10 recommend.
Yeah, we work pretty hard.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I see your posts on Facebook and stuff, and I've been working hard to try to get you guys to come down to our station.
Yeah.
So, I know that you do teach. I think wasn't there like a women in EMS class that you guys teach too?
Yes, I have an instructor that just came on board with us, Sarah. She actually designs and writes courses. Sarah designed the very first EMS leadership class for women, and she's also writing an EMS leadership class just as a whole. And the reason that we found this was super important is when I became, in the management role, you really don't have a lot of guidance. You're kind of given a rocker patch and you're like, hey, good luck out there, kid.
Right.
But you really have no idea how to even crawl, let alone stand or even walk as an early on leader in EMS. In the fire service, and I'm sure Mike can agree with this, is there are leadership classes. There's a fire officer series. So it does prepare you how to be a leader. But we saw that there was a weakness in EMS. And so Sarah and I want to change that. And we want to teach people how to be better leaders so that they don't feel that pressure that we had early on as leaders.
Yeah, I totally understand that. And I feel like a lot of leaders in EMS come from being leadership in fire department. And I think that a lot of companies use the fact that they are leaders in fire departments as okay, well, you're a chief or a captain. Maybe you should be a supervisor here then. And it's kind of, yes, it's the same, but it's kind of not the same.
Yeah, it's very different.
Right.
I think it's detrimental because it is so different.
Yeah.
Because they're going to approach it like the fire service, and it's not the fire service.
So, any crazy stories that you've had with training or classes or anything like that? Anything fun?
We do have a fun class that we really, really do love doing, and that's our Stop the Bleed class.
I've heard about this.
Yes, we have Franklin, our mascot.
I heard you guys get a little crazy over there.
We do get a little crazy.
It's a bloody mess.
It is a bloody mess. Strongly advise wearing a gown. Do not stand in the line of fire. But no, we do. We just did this for a local fire department. It was all firefighters. They absolutely had a blast. But what I do is all of our trainings, we are very strong on the fact that we want this as real as possible. All of us have been through CME evaluations or any kind of scenarios where you're standing there like, well, BSI seems
It's like completely unrelated.
and it's very robotic, right? Yeah. And so we have live patients for all of our classes specific to what we're teaching. And so for my Stop the Bleed class, we have Franklin, our mascot, and Franklin is a pork shoulder. And I will make an incision in that pork shoulder, and I make a tunnel for a special pump that I put in through the muscle. And that way people actually can feel the muscle structure, the coolness. They are used to scooping that clot out. Because if we can desensitize their hands to what that first feels like, in the emergency situation, they're not going to have hesitation. And for someone that is bleeding, every second matters.
Right. I think that's an amazing course. And I think everybody that's a first responder should take that course. Fire departments, EMS, everything.
Yeah. In fact, this fire department, I asked them the important question that I ask all of them when I do it at a fire department. I said, how many have tourniquets with their chainsaw kits? And everybody stared at me silently and awkwardly.
I never even thought about that.
Whoa,
I am honestly
troubling.
Right.
It is. And I brought it up to them and I said, listen, let's think about this. You're out there on a storm call. Trees are falling down everywhere. Syncope trees are real. They happen all the time.
Right. They do.
And there you are with a chainsaw, but the rescue truck is back at the station.
When you say it,
vehicles.
yeah, when you say it, it seems like common sense, but
Right. Like I never thought about that.
Yeah. So that's one thing that we push, and this is the type of material that we deliver, is that critical thinking outside the box. So this fire department has many trucks with chainsaw kits, and they're going to be working on getting 2 tourniquets with their chainsaw kits.
I know my chief's going to be listening, so we're going to have to order some more
tourniquets.
tourniquets.
Yes.
I'll put them in the next order.
I highly recommend the color orange. I like orange, but it's also highly visible.
So we were talking about crazy stuff that you've done with teaching. One thing we always ask our guests is a crazy call that they've been on. Let's get back into the EMS side of it. What's a crazy call you've been on?
You've had so many.
Right. So many.
see.
Yeah.
Where to begin? 20 years. This could be therapy.
It could be funny. It could be like a wow moment. It could be anything.
Could be serious,
Right.
whatever you want.
Well, there's so many. Yeah. Every day. Yeah, I'm a black cloud. Have been since I got my EMT basic. The ones that are the wowie and the what in God's name is happening here and why is this happening to me is OB. I don't enjoy OB calls. I particularly don't enjoy the surprise OB calls, meaning I went in with one patient, I've now come out with two.
Do you have any calls in particular that stick out for OB?
Yeah. I got called for abdominal pain. I was pretty happy because I was going to pass it off to my BLS partner.
That one alpha one.
It was. It was an actually Omega. So I was even
Oh,
happier.
so it was even dumber.
I was very,
Alright.
very happy. I was 6 charts deep, ALS calls, and storming the castle, and this came in. Like, all right, this is going to be you. So in we went with my BLS bag and my monitor because it's me, and I always suspect something bad's going to happen. And I was right. And I heard from fire, they said, we need a female.
Oh.
And immediately I felt the hair on the back of my neck stand up. I'm like, this can't be good. So then I went and I heard a lot of screaming. And I immediately said, I don't really think this is abdominal pain self. This has to be more. So I went in and there was fire holding her knees up. And she's like, I'm going to push. And I'm like, and I'm going to run. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to run because I don't want to do this. I hate OB. So here comes my partner. He says, I'm going to go get the OB kit. I'm like, yep, that's a good idea. So we lifted her up, put her on the stretcher, and I was told something is moving down there. And I said,
Depending on the area, that could be multiple things.
well, yeah, I tried to be like, are you having a bowel movement? Do you feel like you're urinating? All of the things that I wanted to happen except for what I thought was really happening. So I lifted up the comforter and right as I did that, there was a head that came right into my hand. And I'm like, that's a baby. That's not what I wanted to have on this very basic Omega abdominal pain.
Did she know she was pregnant?
No,
Okay.
still a mystery to me.
I don't understand
I don't
either.
understand.
I've had a few
obviously.
calls like that where they don't know they're pregnant, and it's like, how do you not know? I've never been pregnant, obviously, but like,
By the time a baby comes out, you'd think you would have
Right,
noticed
and
something's going on there.
I mean,
And this was a good sized baby.
I've got 5 kids, and so I've seen it happen. I know that they definitely look pregnant.
So out came this baby, and this baby was very healthy, had a great set of lungs on him. And then there was the dad that walked in and looked like someone stole his puppy because I don't think he knew. And I'm like, congratulations. It was a very awkward moment for not only me, him, maybe everybody.
Well, I mean, if you
Or
want-
was he really the dad?
right.
Very
The first
yeah.
question I would have said
Yeah.
was, "Is that mine?"
So my favorite part of this was my partner at the time tapped me on the back and says, that'll be 7 ALS charts.
That was
And I
awesome.
immediately turned and said, help me.
I know I'm gonna regret saying this, but delivering a baby is a BLS skill.
Yep. Till they asked for the lady.
Right.
Yeah, I'm also like, OB calls are the one type of calls where I'm really like, that makes my skin crawl. But they always want like the woman. I understand why they ask for
yeah,
the
I
woman.
totally
I
get it.
totally get it. But at the same time, it's like shit.
I was so excited.
know.
I was
Right.
going to score myself the one and only BLS call in like 6 months. And it failed.
No, it definitely failed.
Your
did
basic
have-
telling you that was crazy though.
Oh,
Right, that's hilarious.
oh God. I
My
love 'em.
partner would kill me.
I love that basic.
I know. See, I'm not that kind of paramedic. I love my partners. I really do.
Well, I think my partner loves me too, but he'd still fucking shoot me if I said that shit.
I love my partners. And I think the other crazy thing that happened is I did have a BLS partner that he's now going to medical school. He's going to be an amazing doctor. And we work together every Friday. And he made it a game And he went and got the easel, unpacked the easel that's over there in that corner. And he would put it up at the door. And he had a tally that went on for 12 weeks of ALS versus BLS calls. He was a driver for all those weeks. We never scored a BLS call.
That's crazy.
I'm jealous.
Until
Me too.
the one day that he got the toe pain.
Then toe pain. 3 o'clock morning.
No. This was at shift change right at 3:30.
Gotcha.
It was exciting. I put that one little hash mark right there, and I'm like, look at that. The tide's turning.
I'm still stuck on the fact that, like, how do you not know? How do you not know you're pregnant? That just
I'm
kills
sure
me.
there's some weird, like, God, so many things can go on in a human body. Like,
I know.
who fucking knows?
Yeah, but the nausea and moving, like
Right.
kicking.
You can feel it. I don't know. I've had a couple like that, and there isn't there a whole TV show about, like, 16 and pregnant? No, that's 16 and pregnant. Isn't there? I thought there's a TV show about, like, being pregnant and not knowing it, or something like that. Maybe not.
Maybe I tuned that out because I actually had to face it in real life.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was, but that's crazy. So since we were talking about a crazy call that happened for you, we have this new segment that we do. It's called. By the way, you have a rider tonight.
What the f?
So,
New segment, like we're not only 6 episodes deep. Everything is new.
well, this is new starting last week. So this this segment is again funny story about a call or a crazy story or whatever that involves a rider or a student.
Yes. Oh, so many riders. So many.
Right, we get a lot of them here.
You
so.
were also like a FTO, and you were
I
like in
am.
charge of part of that.
Well, I think the funniest story, this was many years ago. Our rider may have been left behind.
This is great.
Now, in fairness, I thought the rider was in the rig. But apparently she thought she told my partner she was going to the bathroom. He thought she was in the back of the rig, and I just thought,
Oh, so this was like at the hospital or something. This wasn't like on a scene.
yeah.
Okay. That's
that would
somewhat
have
more
awesome if
forgivable.
you left them on a call.
No. But we drove all the way back here. This was when I was able to work night shift. Rip. I'd miss my night shifts. And the phone rang to the bunk room, and our dispatcher at the time he's quite the comedian. I was tucked in my little bed back there, cozy, and I heard beep, room 1. First crew. Pick up the phone. And I did, and I heard, do you have your whole crew? Yeah. I don't think you do. You left your rider. Well, where are they?
Don't even know where you left them.
Well, I mean, you're tired. They're like at the hospital. I'm like, well, at least he's safe.
Right. Didn't leave them down in the hood.
I didn't leave him in the jungle.
Right.
So, yeah, I left a rider behind. So now I'm burned and scarred with that moment, and I think I'd rather leash my riders close to me because I'm scared to leave them behind again.
What did they say when you picked them up?
Nothing.
Nothing.
What can you say? That's
There
so
was
fucking humiliating on their part.
Seriously, awkward silence.
Yeah.
And my partner at the time had no filter. They just did not give a fuck and had no filter. And they rolled the window down and said, "Where the hell you been?"
That's awesome.
And I thought, we're so getting written up for this.
No, because I think that's stupid. That's on the rider. You need to like communicate and be
But
like,
they
"This is
did.
what I'm doing," and your partner just forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's on him.
Yeah, I know. But it was so funny.
Sometimes when something is funny enough, I feel like it negates all the consequences. You know?
Right.
So
Absolutely. If you do something that's hilarious,
I don't
I don't
know.
care if I'm getting in trouble for this.
I don't know which was funnier, the part that they were, awkwardly stranded on the island of the hospital. I mean, the hospital is on a hill. A little ironic. Or my partner saying, "Where the hell you been?"
No, the next question was, how long did it take for them to call back here? Was it like a half hour? Was it like 40?
Yeah, about a half
So
hour.
they were taking a dump.
I mean, it's highly possible.
And then came back out and was like, where's my ambulance?
I mean, I felt it was a while, but I was also tired, so I wasn't keeping track.
What has this podcast become? We're only on episode 6.
I mean, we're talking EMS, right?
Okay.
We're not talking bowling.
Yeah. You just said that. I can't believe that. Well, that's definitely interesting. I mean, I would love to see his face or her face
It's amazing.
when they came out of the bathroom and they're like, my ambulance is gone.
But when I was a rider, man, things happened to us that burned in your brain. I remember getting put in the oxygen compartment as a rider.
That's crazy.
No, it's true. Myself and another girl I work with, we're a bit tiny, and we fit in places. And some people wanted to test it out. My one coworker was tested out on the linen shelf.
You know, I feel like back then, though, we could do stuff like that and not get in trouble. And now it'd be like you'd get in trouble for harassment.
Yeah. I can tell you it's a noisy ride all the way from the ambulance bays of the hospital to the traffic light and the oxygen compartments.
See, there's perhaps a reason that we would get in trouble for doing that now.
Yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit. But we had some good times.
Yeah, I never even thought about like crazy, like we do this segment like, and we talk about like riders, but I never thought about talking about like you as a rider. Like what happened to you as a rider when you first started doing this? Because there can be some crazy stories from there too, especially because like a lot of these people, it's their first time riding or whatever. So
I feel bad when people have to ride with me and it's their first time and I see some terrible calls and I'm thinking, man, I'm going to put this person into counseling. They're never going to come back. And
No,
then
but
they
that's
come
what
back.
they want, though. Like,
I know.
that's the best way to do it because
but I still feel bad.
because then if they make it through a shift with you, then they probably will be good in this job.
If anything, also, it's like it's tricking them into thinking the job is more exciting than it really is. Because then they're like, oh, no, it's just like TV. And then it's
Yeah.
actually not.
And then the next shift, they get transfers all day long.
Or lift assists.
Right. You got to go to Rochester.
Fuck, that word triggered me.
What the f?
Sorry, I just had to.
It's true.
So, has EMS changed your outlook or any aspects on your personal life?
On my personal life.
You've been doing it for long enough that maybe it's kind of just like ingrained in your head at this point. But
Well, I think I think a bit fortunate because my husband's also a paramedic. So I think we just kind of go with the flow. Like we're just so used to this job by now. I mean, both of us have been on the line for 20 plus years now that I think the only thing that really changed my outlook is mental health. That really did change my outlook. It is really a growing problem.
Yeah.
And I used to kind of be like, oh, I'll just get over it. Anxiety. But when you have something happen to you, you're like, whoa, wait a minute. This is real. Like, wow, I feel bad.
It's definitely a tough subject, like mental health and EMS. Like, yes, there is mental health in EMS. We deal with it all the time when we pick up patients, right?
it's that send in right there.
Right. That's a send down. That's
Every time.
everything. But like, nobody really talks about the mental health with the providers.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a huge ordeal. There's a lot of people out there that have a lot of mental health issues and they don't talk about it and they just come to work and they just keep doing it and it just keeps building up and keep building up.
I think why that happens is, and I can think back to my childhood. Growing up in this, I heard the one common statement of, suck it up, kid, walk it off. If this bothers you, you're not tough enough for this job. And that's something that I heard and learned my entire childhood, well into my, 20s. And I think over the course of the past, 5-6 years, I know my outlook on mental health has changed after I had developed some anxiety after an accident on the job. Working with other providers and getting them to understand that you are a human and your brain can bruise, just like if you were to fall off your bike, right? And sometimes that bruise may remind you years later on with arthritis. We have to ensure each other that it's okay that something bothers you and that making people kind of keep that inside to that old mentality of suck it up, walk it off. That's not okay. That's not healthy. Encouraging people to talk with each other and, feeling where you're not going to get judged or feeling that you're not going to be able to sustain this career for a long time. No, it's going to get better for people. And I think we're seeing healthier providers. I know I actually teach a class on mental health for the EMS provider from the provider's perspective.
I was about to ask if you guys did that at your company.
Yep.
Yeah.
I actually share my story of my accident. And I actually do have a lot of people that call me and ask me, hey, I had this bad call. Do you have any tips and tricks for me on how to move with this? Trauma never goes away. It stays with us, but we just learn how to move with it.
Yeah. I feel like I was saying, it's something that really doesn't get talked about a lot. And I think that class that you have should be a class that every agency should have a part of and pay for it for their providers.
Yeah, it's a good class. And I think it builds a bond. And I think that's something that we didn't have early on, especially as I was a young kid. I don't think there was as strong of a bond as some providers are starting to work towards now in helping each other out. And I think management, like you said, that's something that should be brought in to all the agencies so that they can set that platform of, hey, listen, stuff happens and you're perfectly normal if it bothers you.
Right. Because even if they made it like a mandatory class, right? And like there may be that one person in that classroom that like may act like they don't need like any kind of mental health support, but if the company offers the class, they could definitely sit back there and need it and not tell anybody, and it could help them.
I think you're going to find that happens a lot more than we think, and I think those are the providers that need to be encouraged that you're perfectly normal. We see some stuff that isn't normal for other people. So encouraging people to come to a class like that and just be yourself. Like, this is a safe space where you could open up and talk about just about anything. No one's going to judge you, but we're going to give you tips and tricks on kind of how to survive out here in the Wild West.
Right. Definitely. Like especially first responders, a lot of them are like strong and, they don't need help and whatever, but they do. So I think a class like that would definitely help out.
I mean, we're definitely not psychologists. We're not social workers, but we're just providers that have been there. We've seen some stuff. We've gotten help ourselves. We've learned some tips and tricks on how to manage, stressful situations that you're not up all night thinking about that call. And that's what ultimately keeps you healthy. Looking back, I wish that I learned some of this stuff in my 20s and 30s, and I think it would have made a huge difference.
Yeah, I've definitely been on some calls in the past, like a long time ago, that if I had somebody to talk to about it, it might have changed some things.
Yep. It doesn't make you weak, doesn't make you a bad provider. It actually, I think, makes you totally stronger.
Yeah, absolutely.
If anybody is listening to this right now and thinking, maybe that's me, do you have any brief thoughts you want to share with them?
Definitely reach out to us. We are happy to come put together a session for anyone. I'm always there for providers on my shift or providers that are at other agencies if they just need like an ear to bend on.
Absolutely. All right. Let's we got very heavy with that. Let's spin things a little lighter, or maybe not. I don't know. What do you do for fun, Traci? Who are you outside of work? I know you work a lot.
I do work a lot, but I am a total Disney junkie.
How did that start?
That was definitely early in my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
I love to go to Disney. You can just be a kid.
How many times have you been?
Many.
Have you lost count,
Yes.
entirely?
I always tell my husband, I'm like, if I don't go to Disney, I think I will legitimately die.
Have you ever thought about moving closer?
Yes, I have, but my husband will not go. He's scared of alligators and snakes, which there are snakes here. So, I'm a 50-50 win on this.
I feel like the alligators have got to be pretty easy to avoid.
Exactly. But the snake part, I don't know. I get it. But
to be honest, I've watched like alligator wrestling on TV. It doesn't look that hard. Just carry duct tape with you at all times.
I think I could take it.
Right.
I think it's that they can't open their mouths like that well, right? It's they
Right.
can slam them shut, but like it's if
Right.
they don't let it get it open.
So if you like jump on their back and like wrap their
Oh my
mouth
God.
out, wrap their mouth with duct tape, then you're fine. Just pick them up and carry them away.
Yeah, just casually just jump on its back.
That's how they
Don't
do
even
it.
fucking worry about it.
That's literally how they do it. I've actually watched like them do it on. There's like a show out there for a long time where they went and like attacked alligators to get them out of people's yards and stuff, and they just jumped on their back and wrapped their mouth.
That could be you, Tracy.
Alligator wrestler
I can definitely see your husband doing it.
with Taco Bell.
Taco, yeah, or Pizza Hut.
He would fight an alligator for Taco Bell.
That's right.
Yeah. What else do I do? So I love to go to Disney. We do love to travel. We love going on cruises. We definitely like going with friends. That is definitely a good time, especially EMS, fire, police friends.
What happens on a cruise?
A lot of things.
What goes down? Tell me.
Well, first, I actually like it because you can totally unplug. You don't have to. Like, you can buy a, Wi-Fi package if you want to. But I like to unplug where I just leave my cell phone in the room and that's it. You meet people, excellent people watching. Fabulous.
I can imagine, yeah.
Yeah. You got to get yourself a good perch seat. It's great. And then food's good. Drinks are good, of course. Drinks are always important. But if you're not someone that likes to drink, that's totally fine. They have non-alcoholic. But the shows are good. Comedians are good.
I've heard your husband likes the free ice cream.
Oh, God, yes. I think he would live under the ice cream machine if I let him.
Do you feel like you're on a boat
No.
when you're on there? Or is it too big and you just
It's
don't really
huge.
feel it? Okay.
Yeah, it's you really don't feel it. There's so many activities, too. I mean, you can mini golf. The one ship I was just on had a roller coaster on it.
A roller coaster?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Water slides and stuff. Yeah.
Let's see, what else do we like to do? I used to show horses.
That is something I did not know about.
Yeah.
I used to show horses my whole childhood. We used to show Palomino quarter horses. I was a hunter jumper. Loved English. My sister loved Western. I miss my horses. My sister still has her horses, but
Would you ever get back into that? Or
I would.
That ship has sailed.
love to get back into that. I miss that.
Horses are expensive.
Yeah, I know. So is Disney.
So is Disney.
So-
I know. I've looked into it with my whole bus full of kids.
I think it's good to have a hobby that eats all your money, though. That's not even me being sarcastic. It kind of gives you something, like a reason to keep showing up to work,
Yeah.
to fund your expensive hobbies. I think it's good for everyone to have one.
I have way too many expensive hobbies.
Yeah, I used to downhill ski. I was an instructor. My hometown had their own ski resort, so that's how I funded my expensive hobby. Was I was an instructor.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
You're still into animals, right? You have like 8 million dogs.
I have
You have so many dogs.
I have 4 Labradors. One of every color.
That's cute. That's fun.
Yeah, I think we're running a small lab mafia.
That was one of my favorite things when I worked here a long time ago. I was partners with your husband, and we would work up in the Lansing area. We would go to Pizza Hut for lunch.
Yep.
And then we would.
I can see you and Joe going to Pizza Hut
yeah.
for lunch.
It was a buffet. It was
was a-
we
It was a big thing.
and we
That
would
story makes sense.
after Pizza Hut, we would head over to your apartment over there.
Yep.
Before you had the house, and I would hang out with the dogs, and Joe would just do whatever he was doing.
The dogs and our awesome cat we
Yep.
had at the time, Sylvester.
Yep, I remember Sylvester.
He was a cool kitty.
One of your dogs is like a therapy dog, right? Or
Murphy.
something like that. Yeah.
Yep. So Murphy works with PTSD and anxiety. All of my, and then Riley is an actual canine angel. He doesn't act it.
Was
Sometimes
that
I wonder.
like was that something you like set out to do with Murphy, or was it just
Yeah, Murphy was trained for me. Like, so Murphy does help me if I have rough days after shifts. But he has been here to work, and he has helped people when they've had a bad call with like a pediatric call. Murphy's come down and he's hung out with the crew and kind of helped bring down their stress level a little bit. He's very good at that. And then obviously my black lab spent some time here a few weeks ago after he ate his bed. Yeah. So
Labs do that. But I love him.
yeah, he owns his own wing at Cornell, the surgical wing.
Oh man, there's your expensive hobby.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't have horses. I have Labradors.
I feel like we didn't talk about what you do at the hospital. We should
Oh.
bring that up. Yeah.
Yep. So I work in the operating room. I work on the orthopedic team. Right now I work up at the East Campus side, and I work with the orthopedic surgeons, and we work on all kinds of orthopedic repairs to help the patient feel a little bit better and get back on their feet. A lot of sports injuries we see with 2 major campuses here, so it's a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
My son actually recently had a sports injury, and it was the weirdest thing ever because I actually felt so bad. So I think it was his junior year. No, I'm sorry. Sophomore year, right? Like he was playing baseball and he kept saying his hand hurt. His hand hurt. We talked to the doctors and they're like, oh, we can't find anything wrong with it. And then like he played with it his whole sophomore year. And then they did an MRI of it and found that he had, I cannot remember what the name of the break was, but it was the bone that's right here on the end of his hand. And they say a lot of tennis players and a lot of baseball players get it. And he ended up having surgery and have it removed. But it was weird. I can't remember the name of the bone that was in there.
I like how you showed the location. That will translate really well to this audio format.
Oh, true. Right. It was right here, guys. Do you see that? Let me put it right next to the microphone.
Which of your jobs do you like the best? I imagine they all have their pros and cons, but surely you must have one.
I guess if I had to rank them, honestly, teaching would be number one.
Mm-hmm.
I really do love to take somebody that did not know something and turn them into feeling a lot more stronger and confident in the material that they set out to learn. And then I love surgery, and I do love being a paramedic. Like, I guess those two go, they're kind of
You can
equal.
say it's dead last.
I mean, say it's being paramedic does have its days. I mean, I think I get tired a bit more so than maybe some others, as I'm a bit of a black cloud.
Oh, yeah.
You don't feel like you have a break. It's just one bad call after another. And I'm like, BLS call would be great right now. And it doesn't happen. It's a BLS dispatch and it turns into some sort of chaotic event.
But I feel like after you've been doing it so long, like we've been doing it, that even if you still love your job, you still kind of like hate it.
Bro,
Yeah,
there, and I haven't been doing it half as long as you guys have been doing it. And I've had enough most of the time.
I do work for other agencies where I'm not in a leadership role and I'm just a street medic. And I have to say sometimes that is actually very relaxing. I don't have as much responsibilities. I can just go do my thing and then I go home. And I don't really think about all the things that, I need to get this done. I need to get that done.
I can't imagine wanting to be. I greatly admire and appreciate the people who do go into those leadership roles. I would never do it.
I would never do it again.
Yeah.
I would never do it again. I'll be honest. I would never do it again. I will teach others. I would love to do. I love to do that so that they don't,
Teach others to be in the role that you don't want to be in.
That's right. But we've got
Passing the trauma along.
Yeah, sharing is caring.
I'm not going to tell you how bad it is, but I'll teach you how to do it good.
Right. And now I have the, stress that I had when I first started out with no guidance.
Right.
That translates well to, do you have any like life goals? It doesn't have to be career, but it can be.
Yes. I would actually say currently my life goal is I really do want to get my company going. I want to eventually take that nationwide, and I really would love to see it go international. I really, really do love, teaching.
You're going to put an office right in Disney? Train all their
That'd
staff.
be great.
They would be your home base.
Oh, that would be heavenly. I do my one fun goal that I really do want to have is I want to do an EMS course class, any kind. It doesn't matter what the subject is, on a beach.
That would be
That's
awesome.
fun. That
Right?
is fun. Yeah.
That would be the most popular class I think I
I'll
would ever
come.
teach. Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't want to be learning on a beach in front of the ocean, a little blow up screen?
I feel like that's like a realistic thing that could happen, right? Like things get fucked up at a beach,
Yeah.
No, margaritas involved?
I mean, I can't endorse alcohol, but what you do on your own time that I don't know about as an instructor.
There would be something so funny about Mike showing up blackout drunk to Tracy's beach training.
Listen, this strawberry daiquiri does not have alcohol in it.
Yes,
I
they
swear.
do come. They come non-alcoholic.
I swear, there's nothing in here.
Pink to me.
Are you drinking strawberry daiquiris?
Dude, I love strawberry. When I'm on vacation,
Oh yeah.
it is totally me at the side of the pool with a strawberry daiquiri, 100%.
I fuck with that.
It's
That-
amazing.
On a cruise ship, they have one that is strawberry daiquiri and half pina colada. It's called a Miami Vice. It's a frozen.
That's a badass name.
I don't know.
That name goes fucking crazy.
That is a badass name. I'm not a like pina colada guy. I don't like coconut at all, so I stick to the strawberry daiquiris.
You're missing out.
But the frozen mudslide also on a cruise ship.
They wrote a whole song about pina coladas,
They
and
did.
it's a banger.
I love that song.
I don't know. That song just never really stuck.
Well, it is about cheating, and they try to make it cute, which it's not, but
It's not.
it's catchy. It's fun. That's actually the perfect segue to our ending segment.
It is.
We ask everyone to recommend a song. At some point, we'll have a one big playlist. That's the EMS and bowling soundtrack. But for now, what's your song rack?
What are you listening to right now? What's your song?
Oh, on the way here, I was jamming out to Stone Temple Pilots, Dead and Bloated.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Abby, what's your song tonight?
My song tonight is gonna be Wet Sand by Red Hot Chili Peppers. I think it's the best one by Red Hot Chili Peppers, and Frashante didn't need to be doing all that, but he did, and I fuck with it a lot.
So, little secret, I don't like Red Hot Chili Peppers.
You're fucked up for that.
Really?
It's one of those bands that were like, I may listen to the song, but 90% of the time I skip them when they come on.
I'm gonna like go halfway with you on this because I think that they're proof that like if you are a band and you do that much cocaine, 50% of it will be awesome. It will be like Danny California, like Stadium Arcadium, let's
Right.
fucking go. And the other 50% is like, Jesus Christ, that is the worst noise that's ever happened.
Look at Flea. I mean, the last time I saw him perform, he was naked running around the stage.
They've been doing that since the
I know.
beginning, though.
They have.
That's nothing new. But like, come on, that guitar tone, come on.
But I guarantee you that if I had the chance to go see them live, I would be there in a heartbeat.
First, I want to say we have credit here because all three of us know exactly the bands that we're talking about. Earlier on my shift, we talked about Nine Inch Nails, and only a third of us knew who the Nine Inch Nails were. So I'm
That
ecstatic
might be a bit generational. I
that
hate
we
to say.
have. I'm ecstatic that we have this understanding of who these great bands are.
Well, that depends on who Mike pulls out for his.
It's true. Well, yes.
I'm going to go Sober by Tool.
Tool.
Yes,
Okay,
very
we're
good.
all on the same wavelength.
I listened to that probably 3 times on the way to work this morning. So
On repeat.
Yeah.
Very good.
I do that. I do that.
Oh, I love driving home because you could just repeat the same song 8 million
Right.
fucking times
No
in a
one
row.
cares.
No one cares.
I have a good rager song though. Like when you have a really bad shift, it's perfect. It's Coming Undone by Korn.
Dude, I love that song.
Right? You just let her go.
There's something about imagining you after a bad shift just rocking out to Korn that like
Right.
I love that imagery.
Just headbanging while she's driving.
Oh yeah.
I can
Well,
see
like
it.
that.
Like
I mean, my finger starts to hurt after I listen to Korn when I'm driving. So, and everybody that's sitting here knows that I have a cymbal in my car.
I think you should have led with that.
Well, you have a cymbal in your car?
I do.
Like a real cymbal, like a big one.
Not
Not
big
a little
one.
mini.
No, it's a mini one, but it sits on my right next to my steering wheel, and I
He's
Go to town.
He's trying to get
I
into
jam
drumming.
I have a whole new vision watching this now.
you should try it sometime. If you have to move my car, just sit there and just jam out.
Where's Tracy? Mike's car. ting, 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 ting.
Yeah, I love my cymbal. It's a great TikTok buy.
Sorry.
The only thing that bums me out about it is like there's a new one out there and it actually comes with a drumstick. Mine didn't come with a drumstick.
That's sad.
You can literally use anything.
I know.
Just use a
I
pen.
do all the time. Grab my pen out.
How was the actual drumming going?
It's not.
Oh, I thought this was like your new endeavor.
It is, but I'm trying. My buddy that's trying to teach me has been busy, and we've had a lot of stuff going on at the fire station with stuff. So he's
Excuses.
I know.
Wow. Do you play any instruments, Tracy?
I do.
What do you play?
I know. Funny, what would you think I played? I actually am curious to see what you think.
Saxophone.
Wow. That's one. What do you think, Abby?
Piano.
Nope. Too classy.
Well, I can play piano, and I can assure you, there's nothing classy about me playing piano.
Trumpet.
Oh, Tracy, that's
I
fun.
can see that.
Yep. I actually worked my way all the way up to the tuba. And I'm not going to lie, I got swallowed in it. Too small.
I think the tuba is huge.
I'm aware.
I mean, even the trumpet must be kind of heavy.
Trumpet's fine, but when you start getting up into the baritone or the tuba, it's just so much brass that it overtook me.
So you're joining the band, right? Now we can have like a ska element.
Yeah,
Is over
definitely.
trumpet.
Yeah.
I would need to really get back into the saxophone and get.
Oh, that's fine. Mike doesn't even know how to drum yet. We're all good.
Right.
Oh, great. Then we're fine.
I'm going to be playing drums and playing the harmonica
And the cymbal.
and the cymbal. I mean, the cymbal comes with the drums, but yeah, maybe even some vocals in there. We talked about this last time. I'm not a good singer, but I'm going to try.
Well, I'll pick an instrument I've never played before, and we'll all figure it out together.
The flute.
Oh shit! I never did any of those kinds. It's always something that involves just like hands, and I don't have to breathe into it. That scares me.
My partner got hit by a flute once on a call.
Hit with a flute.
Yeah.
I think you actually have to tell that story before we end.
We had someone that passed away at home, and it was at a hotel. And this person that was playing the flute did not have eyesight. They were blind, and my partner was relatively short, and they turned and wing right across the forehead with the wooden flute.
That's not the worst one to get hit by.
Right.
No,
not
but it was
bad.
pretty epic to watch.
But I'm trying to picture a blind flute player. How do they read the music?
No. It was like
You can.
It was,
That's like the easiest thing ever. You just learn it by ear.
it was a wooden flute. It was like a spiritual thing.
Oh, okay.
Maybe they had it memorized. I don't know.
Maybe
I don't know how to play the flute.
That's gonna be what I'm gonna play for the band as a spiritual thing as well.
a wooden flute.
Yeah.
Cool.
Fuck the guitar.
Right. Wait, you got to do both. Like, I got to play 2 instruments. You got to play 2 instruments.
That's so true, Mike. I'll get on that.
All right. So I guess that wraps this episode up. Thank you, Traci, for coming on, and maybe we'll have you on some other time.
Yeah, anytime.
All right.
Again, first paramedic on the show. It's a big moment.
Yeah. And again, go ahead and shout out your company so that if people forgot it.
Oh, yeah. If anybody's looking for training, you can visit us at elevateemstraining.com. Fill out a training request, and we'll be happy to come on out and provide some excellent training.
We can probably link the website in like our Facebook and then our YouTube and everything, right?
Yep,
Yeah,
we are
I
on
can-
Facebook.
I can figure that out, I think. I'm all new at this stuff, so
I'm just casually dropping more responsibility on the mic. Anyways,
it's okay.
thank
I
you
got
so
lots
much
of
for
time.
listening.
All right. Have a good night, guys. All right, that'll do it for another episode of EMS and Bowling. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and follow button. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, and Amazon Music. Check out our Facebook page to get latest updates on episodes and new content that's coming out. And until next week, thank you again.